Hello everybody and welcome back to the SUV Properties Podcast. My name is Caden. I'm joined here by Melanie with SUV Properties, and today we are here to talk about the new rules that came out on MLS. But before we talk about that, if you like what you see, if you like what you're going to see, go ahead and check us out on our website, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Email us, text us, reach out to us. We'd love to reach back out to you guys. Comment on this video, share it, and share the knowledge that we're at least trying to share with you guys. So without further ado, there's some new things happening with agents in Wisconsin, at least in terms of MLS.
Agents across the country.
Yeah.
MLS was involved in a class action lawsuit where the rules take effect on August 17th. 2024. So we are in the final week of the old rules before the new rules hit. What are they, you may be wondering? Well, sellers are no longer required to offer the buyer's agent compensation. The idea of commission, we can't say that word anymore. Commission, we can say commission today, but on Monday we cannot say the word commission. We can say compensation. So effective on August 17th, the seller of a property is able to offer a buyer's agent compensation. They are not allowed in any way, shape, or form to disclose this in any way on MLS. For example, you can't take a picture of 3 pillows and place it in your photos and assume that someone understands you're offering a 3% compensation package to the buyer's agents. You cannot say, contact me in the private remarks section for the buyer agent compensation, because that is using MLS as a tool to get people to contact you about compensation. What you can do is you can list the property for sale. Buyer's agents have to understand that they must contact the listing agent every single transaction and have a conversation with them about what their compensation will be, which could be 0. Now, what is my favorite line to say regarding selling a property? Well, I have a lot of favorite lines. What is this one?
I was going to say, I don't know, what is your favorite line when it comes to this
As
one?
a seller, would you like your home sold?
Or for sale.
Or would you like your home for sale?
Yes.
So usually, as a seller, the objective is to have your home sold. And there are 20,000 agents in the state of Wisconsin. I don't know how many agents there are around the world, but if you want to market your property to 20,000 other real estate professionals in this particular state or any state, it's important that you will offer some sort of compensation, which is negotiated between the seller and the listing broker. Those are the only 2 entities that are allowed to negotiate compensation. And then there is an agreement within that compensation package about whether they're going to be paying buyer's agents anything. However, I can guarantee you what will happen if you are not offering compensation to someone representing a buyer.
You are not going to get a lot of traffic, at least when it comes to other agents taking you through the property.
Correct. You're going to get limited traffic unless that buyer's agent has an agreement, and they must have a compensation agreement with the client that they're representing on how they are going to get paid. So that agreement needs to be in writing, in advance, signed by your broker. The problem with that piece is, I don't know about you, but sometimes real estate transactions happen quickly on a weekend.
On the go.
On the go, you're at one showing and then they want to see another property. How the heck are you going to get that compensation agreement signed in advance of going through that property? My suggestion would be is that you have a blank compensation agreement form that you can write in the address that everyone in the party has agreed to in advance before you go out and show the property. Because if you don't have a compensation agreement signed by all parties, you can guarantee that you will not get paid.
Yeah.
So most people are involved in real estate, whether it's the buy, the sell, or the agent. We would like to get paid at some point. So make sure you are crossing all of your T's in this new world that we now live in to make sure that you have a compensation arrangement in place in advance of walking through any door at any time. And a listing agent never, ever, ever discuss any type of compensation on MLS because there is no warning. There's an
hefty fines.
There's an immediate sanction. If you put in MLS that you are offering a commission, it starts out at a $500 fine and ramps up from there.
Every day.
Yes, every day.
Yeah.
So they are warning us in advance. Nowhere on MLS will you ever find any information on compensation. Pick up the phone, call the listing agent, have a conversation, get an agreement signed with your buyer so everyone's on the same page, and then business will continue on like normal. But the objective, I really think, in this whole ruling change is getting all parties to communicate on who's getting paid what, and I think even more importantly, who's working for who.
Yeah, who's paying who and who's working for who.
Right. As a buyer's agent, do I work for the seller or do I work for the buyer? Well, in the past...
Who's paying me?
If the seller's paying you and you don't have a buyer's agent agreement, you're working for the seller. The buyer thinks that you're working for them, but this eliminates...
That confusion
and some of the gray area. And I think initially it will be very confusing for all parties for a couple weeks afterwards. But we're all grown-ups. We're all going to get on board. We're going to figure ourselves out. And the real estate market will not collapse. Facebook is wrong. Everybody screaming about, oh my goodness, buyer's agents aren't getting paid anymore. I really don't believe that at all. They just got to figure out how they're going to get paid. And if you can't figure that out, well, a lot of real estate agents are going to get flushed out.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that if you're not willing to change with the times. So thank you for watching the SUV podcast. We are real estate professionals spreading the knowledge of real estate around the world. Join us next time. Check out our website, suvproperties.com. Thank you.